darlings! Today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 really good sites that you absolutely should be guest posting on. Guest posting is a really good way of achieving several key things that you want for yourself, your business and your blog. The main ones are that it will help you appeal to a much wider audience. So every time you guest post on a site, you're not just blogging to your readers and anyone that might come across your site, you're blogging to all the readers of the site that you're posting on. In addition to this, it helps you raise your profile, it can help you establish yourself as an expert in your niche, and it's also just a bit of a feather in your cap and a great way of really demonstrating that you do actually know what you're talking about, enough that you're not just saying it on your blog, but somebody else is confident enough in you and your abilities to let you talk about it on theirs as well. Now obviously the more higher profile sites you guest post on, the more effective this is. So while it's a really good idea to guest post on other entrepreneurs' websites, other small businesses, people that you might be friends with or know through networking or mastermind groups and things like that, that's always a really great thing to do. If you can get on some of the bigger websites, some of the higher names, especially if there is a site that's really in your niche, that's going to appeal directly to all of your ideal clients, that's something you definitely want to be aiming for. But today I want to tell you about 5 sites that are absolutely brilliant for anybody to guest post on, and it doesn't matter what your field is, what your thing is, what your niche is, what your speciality is, whether you sell products or services or what. It really doesn't matter what you do. If you're looking to boost your profile and expand your audience a bit, these 5 sites are definitely for you. So first one is one that most of you will have heard of, the Huffington Post. Now I blog on the Huffington Post. I know a lot of other entrepreneurs that blog on the Huffington Post. It's one of the best sites to blog on for various reasons. The main one being that it is a very general news site. I have never yet come across a topic that they won't talk about. They are very much for freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and the free exchange of ideas, which means that as long as your post is professional and informative and entertaining in some way, it doesn't really matter what the subject is, they'll let you write for them. Unfortunately, the method of actually getting on the site has changed recently because site founder Arianna Huffington has recently stepped down as editor-in-chief, and I'll get back to that in a bit. So I did used to have a guide to getting published on the Huffington Post for you, but because it's changed now, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. As soon as I've got it figured out, I'll update the how to get published on the Huffington Post, and you can have that. But for now, the best thing is to go to the website and to just follow the new guidelines, and I will put a link for that below. The second site is Tiny Buddha. I love the name, I love the site, it's a brilliant website. So Tiny Buddha is all about wisdom. It's all about gaining new forms of wisdom, finding new ways of applying the wisdom that you already have and the new wisdom that you've gained to different situations in your life, and really just sort of reflecting and being open to new ideas and new approaches to things. So this is a really good website to get on if you want to kind of put forward your philosophy on something, or your ethos, or your very specific way of doing things. If you want to kind of explain why your way is such a good way of doing things, this is a great site to get on. They love posts that really brighten up your life, that really kind of enlighten you and offer something of tangible value, not just on a practical level, but on a kind of spiritual level, a personal level as well, and the name does kind of give it away a little bit. Tiny Buddha, it isn't a spiritual site at all in any way, but it is more of a wellness, well-being kind of site. It's more about you as a whole person rather than just you as, for example, a businesswoman or a photographer or whatever else certain sites tend to focus on. Tiny Buddha is really about the whole of you and enriching all of you in every aspect of your life rather than just focusing on one part. And that's great because it means that no matter what you pitch, there is always a way to angle it to say, you know, this is how my method can make your life better. It's a great site, become really, really popular in the last few years, and there are a lot of fabulous people writing for it already. So do check out the link below. The third site that you should definitely look at is Mind Body Green. Now this is really a lifestyle website. It offers various articles on wellness and healthy living, and really a kind of inspired way of living. So anything that's even remotely inspirational or about your kind of your passions, your take on life, your view of the world, and certainly anything that has to do with health or wellness is a shoe-in on this site. The fourth site on the list is one of my favourite. I absolutely love this site. It's a brilliant site, and that's Elephant Journal. And I will admit, one of the reasons I love the site is the name. I just love the name. I think it's brilliant. Elephant Journal is really kind of it's a site for I think you'd probably call it mindful living. So anything to do with yoga, meditation, healthy eating, you know, exercise, living life, loving life, anything of that nature goes really, really well on this site. But they're really kind of all about being in the moment and enjoying life as it happens, and you know, kind of seizing your opportunities as they come and really being present in the now rather than constantly worrying about what's happened before or what might happen in the future, and really giving you kind of inspiring and practical advice at the same time on how you can actually achieve that kind of lifestyle. So it's a really, really good website. It's a good website to read if you like anything like that. I actually read an awful lot, but it's a great site to post on because it has a very wide audience and it's very, very appealing, but it's also a chance to be really kind of uplifting and inspiring, and sort of it's a really good way of giving very, very good value to readers by posting on there, because the very nature of the site is that it's just kind of empowering. It's brilliant. And the fifth and final site on the list is Thrive Global. Now I said I would be getting back to Arianna Huffington, and here we are. Arianna Huffington stepped down as editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post so that she could start a new venture, and that was Thrive Global. Now it's a relatively new site, but they're already going great guns. Very interesting posts, really, really kind of upbeat, healthy kind of attitude to life, and it's really focused on kind of debunking the myth that being constantly burnt out and stressed and exhausted is just the price that we pay for modern life. That in order to be successful and wealthy and, you know, have the house, the car, 2.4 children, whatever else it is that you want in life, that in order to achieve your goals and your dreams, you just kind of have to put up with the fact that you're going to be burnt out, because it's hard work and it's a lot of effort and it's just the price you pay. So the site is really kind of focused on sort of turning that on its head and saying, well, actually that's bullshit. You can have whatever you want, you can achieve whatever you dream, and you can do it in a healthy way that doesn't kill you in the process. So if you have any kind of pieces on, you know, sort of how to minimise stress, how to be more productive, how to achieve more while still maintaining, you know, a high level of self-care, anything like that is going to go down really, really well on Thrive Global. So that is my list of 5 sites that you should be guest posting on. I will put links to all of them below, and the links will be directly to the submission guidelines for each site. So make sure you read the guidelines really, really carefully and follow them to the letter. And the other piece of advice that I would give you is, if you can, use a direct email address to submit things to. Find an editor or some point of contact, relevant contact I should say, so somebody that would be handling incoming posts, and email a pitch to them directly rather than sending it to a generic email address like I don't know, hello at the Huffington Post or whatever it is. I don't know if that's a real email address, I just made that up. But that's what I mean by a generic email address. Send it to an actual person rather than to the system, and you're a lot more likely to get a response. So are any of you already on any of these sites? I mentioned before I'm already on the Huffington Post. You can find my profile link below. And I would absolutely love it if you would post links to any of your own posts that you have on any of these sites, or any other big sites where guest posts are allowed. So do please share them below. I would love to read them, and I'm sure everybody else would as well. And if you've enjoyed this video, then do please like and share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Bye!